Hi friends, I'd like to welcome y'all to the second episode of Meet Me at the 313 Grill and Kitchen. First of all, it is Sunday, so happy Mother's Day. So today we are getting ready to put in the prime rib into the oven. So let me show you what this thing looks like. Now I may have to tilt a little bit. This is our prime rib. Doesn't she look a beauty? This is a 14.1 pound. So let me tell you a little bit what we're going to do here with this. So I'm going to take off the foil, off the wrapper, and we are going to rub it all over with olive oil and salt and pepper. And then when you get that in the oven, it is going to be, you want to set your oven to 500 and you're going to put it in the oven for 15 minutes. Now, to figure out how much you want it to be, for instance, we're going to cook ours medium rare. So after 15 minutes at 500, we're going to turn it down to 325. So we're going to allow it maybe 16 to 17 minutes per pound. So figure out how you like your steak. I'm sure there's other ways on Google, however you want your ribeye, but this is what we're going to do here for our family tonight, would be medium rare. And of course, I'm sure there's other methods or rubs that you may want to try, but we are going to keep it simple in our household tonight, would be medium rare. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing ready for the oven. See if I can try to get a good place for it so we won't fall. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our olive oil right here. And we are going to take our whole ribeye. We're going to go ahead and slice this bad boy open. Just like that. We're going to go ahead and pour it into the baking dish. Now, always make sure that you want to get a baking dish that's going to be good enough to hold this whole massive ribeye in. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side in the trash can for right now. We'll get some of this juice out. So I don't know what you all like to do with your own families and traditions, but in our house we're having my wife's whole family over tonight. All right. So now we're going to take our olive oil, and as you see, we're going to start rubbing it all over the ribeye. And what the olive oil will do, it will tenderize the meat. And when I get ready to do smoke, and when I make like barbecue and anything on the smoker, I like to rub it all with olive oil. What the olive oil does, it just brings an extra juiciness to your meat, and it makes it more tenderized and delicious. So now we're going to flip this ribeye over. And you always want to make sure you want to cook it with the rib, the fat side up. This side is what we want to cook on the bottom. We just kind of do the same thing again. Just go ahead and rub it all over. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my salt, kind of go ahead and get some salt on here. You kind of want to rub it all in. And you can put how much salt on it depending on how much of it you like. Now we go to the pepper. Just kind of going a little row. You don't want to put too much pepper. For those who don't like a lot of pepper, that should be good. And now at this point, I just want to rub it in and get it coated in with the meat. Just kind of rub it on and just like that. Now we're going to flip this thing back over again. We're going to do the same thing to the same side. If I can get this thing weighs a lot. There we go. We'll take our salt, just like that again. And I'll show you the final results in just a minute, what the seasoned whole ribeye should do. Now, of course, you may have your other ways to make your perfect prime rib. But if you don't want a lot of seasoning on it, this is the way to go. Just 3 simple ingredients: olive oil, salt, and pepper. a little extra salt on here. You don't want to overdo it on the salt, but enough to make it tender and flavorful and delicious. That's all she wrote. And now I'm going to wipe my hands so you guys can see what this seasoned thing looks like. All right, so this is what the seasoned whole ribeye should look like. I'll try to get it just like that. I know there's a recipe that I'm going to try sometime I've seen on Facebook. It's a garlic herb crusted ribeye prime rib. We're going to try that. So now we're going to go ahead and get our prime rib put in the oven. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our timer for, got it in for 500. Okay, we're going to time it. So now we're going to time it for 15 minutes. And when that 15 minutes cuts off, we're going to take it down to 325. Do not open the door. Again, remember your variable cooking times. If you want it rare, you're going to do it 13 to 15 minutes, but we're going to do medium rare. We're going to do 15 to 17 minutes in our household. So if you can probably Google again, as I mentioned, about how you want to do medium well, and well done, and all that sort of thing. So that is a prime rib. We will take pictures of when the actual rib is done so you all could see of what it looks like. I'm excited to try it. A couple of other things we're going to do here tonight as well that we may not get around to showing you on film. We may have one or two guests here tonight that don't eat prime rib, so we're going to put some chicken leg quarters in the oven. So what we're going to do is we're going to set your oven, and if you ever go to the grocery store in your meat department and you find a bag that's chicken leg quarters, that'd be good to buy. So we're going to take a bag of those. You're going to rub it all over with salt and pepper and butter. You're going to set your oven for 300 degrees. You're going to bake it at 300 for 1 hour. And you're going to cover it with tinfoil. So right about the last hour, right after the hour's done, you're going to take all the foil and you're going to turn your oven up to 425, and you're going to bake it maybe another 10 to 15 minutes because you want to get a good sear crust on the outside. So that's another thing we're going to do. And we're also going to cook some asparagus tonight. Asparagus is really simple to do. Again, olive oil, salt and pepper, 425 for about 30 minutes, depending on how crispy of asparagus you like in the oven. With the weather being here, 90% chance of rain tonight, I'd probably put it on the grill, but we're going to cook it in the oven. We're going to probably cook it here on the stove top. It is very simple to do. Again, we'll be documenting our pictures along the way of what we're doing here tonight. So if you have any questions about the prime rib, feel free to let me know, and I'll try to help you in however way you want to do it. And I want you to meet somebody here real quickly before we let you go and let you enjoy your day. This is our newest mascot. This is Jingles. He may be our food tester sometimes, so he does like food. And he'll probably tell you on a little bit too. Again, till next time, my name is Patrick. I hope you all enjoy your Mother's Day. Take care.